Okay, so I was asked by a client to help narrow down the specific ride choices that they should select for a 5-year-old girl. So I will make this a shareable video that I share with all of my guests that have little girls. The things that I will go through would absolutely be applicable to any princess lovers, some kid lovers. Some of these are for boys too, and I'll be sure to note a few boy things in here so it is fair. But specifically for that 3 to 7-year-old age group, height depending. So first I want to bring you to the client resources document. You can see I have other clients in here right now looking at that. In that FastPass section, number 1, the height requirement list. Number 2, if you haven't watched FastPass 101, make sure you watch it because it's going to really go through and explain all the FastPasses. And then right here are the lists for what rides take FastPasses. Now this slide, hold on. So here are the options for FastPasses. This does change if there is a ride on or an attraction in the park that does not take FastPasses. I do not have it on this list because there's no use in worrying about it until you really get there, since you can't plan for it. I have this also sorted out with my personal favorites as an adult thrill, being with my family, more so just for me, the best selections for 5 and under, and the best thrill selections. So you'll see that some of these are both. So one of my favorites, also a good thrill option. So not every single thing is on this list, but it are the things that you can use for FastPasses. This is a height requirement that is updated for most of the attractions that you can use FastPasses on, so you know what rides you can just eliminate. So if you have a kid that is 40 inches, Space Mountain is not going to be something you're going to try to put them on because they can't ride it, so it's a use. You don't want to waste your FastPass on it, okay? Another thing is the Disney World website. So I went to, right here, Maps. And then when you click on Maps, you can select exactly where you want to go. So I selected Magic Kingdom. I can select any park. Activities. You can see there are a lot of things going on. I need that narrowed down. So I just want attractions. Okay. Why do I want this in map format? Because it's very important that you're looking at where you're going to go next when you're making your FastPass selections. Okay. Another thing on the Disney website is things to do, attractions. Okay, choose the resort that you're going to be in, Magic Kingdom. Okay, attractions, we've got it. And you can see every attraction. Some of these are not things that you can use FastPasses. Some of them are not things you would use FastPasses on. Okay, so take a look at those resources to get a bigger feel of everything, but I'm going to go through exactly the ride choices that I would make for my 5-year-old girl if I were going to Disney World today or planning my FastPasses. So looking at this, in Magic Kingdom, number 1, I think it's very important that you know your child if they're going to want to meet princesses. 1, are you doing the dining plan where you're going to meet some of these princesses? So if you are going to be doing Trattoria al Forno, for example, and you know you're going to meet Rapunzel there, it's silly to meet Rapunzel in Magic Kingdom if you're already going to meet her. If you have a long trip and you can afford the time to go and meet those characters, absolutely do it again. Your daughter's going to love it. But if you are somebody who is simply going for 2 days or only 1 day to Magic Kingdom, wait and meet Rapunzel at your character dining, which is why those are so valuable because they save you so much park time, okay? So it's okay to have some rides. It's okay to have some character meet and greets. You want to do what you know your child wants to do, okay? The ones that I would choose for my 5-year-old girl, Enchanted Tales with Belle is one that you don't necessarily need to get a FastPass for, but they can fill up. So I would say that's what you would try to do for maybe one of the morning options without a FastPass. I think that's something you can do without having a FastPass, but it is something that you want to get there and get in line for so you can not stand outside forever and you can actually get in to see Belle, but it's super, super cute. Peter Pan is a great option for any child, boy or girl, under the age of, it's a really good ride. It's cute. I would say 10 and under, perfect for. Above that, if they'll probably enjoy the scenery and the ambiance. If they are tall enough for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, it's great. It's a great coaster that is not too scary, not too rickety. It's a good option. So that's definitely an option if they are not afraid of roller coasters. If you're not sure if they're going to be afraid of roller coasters, but you think they will be more so, then they'll probably be okay with it. It's still a good option to have in your back pocket. You can always ditch it when you're there. You can always have the adults go on it. But I think it's something that you keep there because that is a fast pass that you will not be able to get day of, most likely. Under the Sea, Little Mermaid, I think that's a great option to have a fast pass for a little girl. You can absolutely get on that ride without a fast pass though. So the thing that you have to think about is who is in your party? Are there older kids involved? Are there adults involved? That are going to want to ride rides as well. Adults are going to want to ride Space and Splash Mountain. They're going to want to ride Big Thunder Mountain. Okay, so if you're kind of splitting up your fast passes between kids and adults, you want to kind of look at that too. But if I am just going for kids, I don't care about anything else, and I have a 5-year-old little girl, I'm probably going to do, just so I know I have it, Enchanted Tales with Belle, Peter Pan's Flight, Under the Sea. I will probably also try to make sure that I do during the day, Meeting Tinkerbell. I think that's a great one to do. Any of the princesses in Fairy Tale Hall, there are 2 princesses in each location. Typically Rapunzel is with Tiana and Cinderella is with Elena. Meeting Ariel in her grotto is great. It's the only place where you can meet Ariel in her shells and with her mermaid tail. That's awesome to do. And then that's what I would do for little girls. Those are the main ones. A lot of other options are great, but that's where she's going to like the best. Animal Kingdom. I'm assuming she's not tall enough to ride Flight of Passage. She'd probably also be scared. So your tier 1 option, you're going to have 1 from this group and 2 from this one. So I would say Navi River is going to be your tier 1. For tier 2, I think that the safari is a great option. I think it's something that you need to do when you're in Animal Kingdom. You want to book that for the morning if you can. And then it really just depends on what her interest would be. Probably one of these 2. If she is taller and meets the requirements, the Prima Whirl would be a good option. It is a little jerky. It could be a little scary, but it's a fun little thrill ride for, I would say more so of like the 10-year-old age group. But if she's tall and not afraid of things, maybe that would be good. But I think one of these shows would be a better option. Bug's Life is this one too. All right, Epcot. Frozen Ever After, hands down, that's your little girl ride for sure. Later in the day, you really want to try to get Soarin' though if you can. It's going to be easier to get than Frozen. That's why you want to do Frozen as your first. Soarin' could be, she has to be tall enough, so make sure of that. And reminder that everything's fake, that she's not going up into the sky necessarily as high. Side note, just look on YouTube for these rides too, and you can get a really good idea if you think your daughter will like them or not. It might ruin it for you a little bit, some of the surprises, but you'll feel good and confident knowing that your daughter will like it. For the 2s, I'll be really honest with you. I don't think that the tier 2 options in Epcot are the greatest options, so grab 2. If you don't use them, you don't use them. But these are the 2 that I would say for a 5-year-old girl. And then Hollywood Studios. For tier 1, if they are not scared of roller coasters and they are big enough, I would say Slinky Dog Dash. It is a roller coaster. It's not super scary. It's not super tall. So if they would be enjoying roller coasters, yes. If not, Toy Story Mania would be the next one. It is you're kind of in an arcade game, I guess you could say. So that would not be something that is going to make them super scared on roller coasters. Alien Swirling Saucers, it's nothing to write home about, I don't think. So unless they think that if you look it up on YouTube and you think they would be more thrilled with one of those, then go with that. But I would say Slinky Dog or Toy Story Mania. As far as tier 2, Voyage of the Little Mermaid, my daughter loves. She wants to see it again. And then Frozen, I'm not sure why this isn't highlighted. Frozen would be your other option. Or Disney Junior Live on Stage. This is going to be more of a dance party. This is sitting down and watching. This is the only place that you can see Elsa and Anna if you're not going to Epcot to meet them. So those would be the options there. Obviously, if they are big into Beauty and the Beast, you would swap that out with Beauty and the Beast, but I'm assuming you're going to have a frozen little girl at your fingertips. So, As far as heights, you can see any of them going to the specific park. You can see the height requirements if there are any. I should have them up to date on that document, but just in case, if you want to double check, you can also find more information out about it. So if you click on it, can give you a little more details. It'll tell you that it's dark, for example. Like I said, just look these up on YouTube. Most of them are they're all gonna be there. So you can kind of see that and see if it's something that your kid would like. And then as far as making your itinerary, really look at that FastPass 101 video, but you can see, and if it's easier to pull up, just Google. I just Googled Magic Kingdom Park Map, okay? And here's the actual one from the park itself, so if that's easier for you to see. But you can see right here is where you meet Ariel in her grotto. Right here is Ariel Rides. Right here is where Enchanted Tales with Belle is, okay? So for example, I don't want to do Ariel, Space Mountain, then come do the Little Mermaid ride, then go do, or Splash Mountain, sorry. Then come do Space Mountain, then go do Enchanted Tales with Belle. I want to be smart. I want to do Space Mountain, then I want to meet Ariel, then I want to do Ariel's Ride, then I want to do Enchanted Tales with Belle, and so on around the park. In that 101 video, I really talk about breaking it down into doing quadrants of the park, depending on how many days you're there, or half side of the park versus the other half side of the park, because the amount of walking that you can do in a single day can be exorbitant if you're not paying attention and you're just nilly-nilly just grabbing fast passes. So obviously every question that you have about fast passes, send them my way, but hopefully this is a little bit of a guide into a 5-year-old girl at Disney World. Meet those princesses, do those character meals. Remember, there is information about what characters or what meals on that planning document. So let me know how I can support you there as well. And I'll talk to you later.